Father José Tous y Solé, Capuchin priest. In a small town in Catalonia called Igualada, there lived a simple, hard-working couple. The husband was called Nicolás Tous, and the wife, Francisca Solé. They had made a humble, industrious home. Their 8 children filled the house with joy. It was 1811. It was a hard, sad time. The Peninsular War was raging in Spain. The Catholic Church was being harshly persecuted, and the religious communities imprisoned or driven out. On the 31st of March, another child was born. In the cradle, he looked like a sleeping cherub. His mother, a fervent devotee of St. Joseph, gave the boy the saint's name. José, a docile, loving child, was his brothers and sisters' plaything. He was baptized in the church of Santa Maria in Igualada. Years later, he received his first communion at the same church. When José was nearly 9 years old, the Tous Solé family moved to Barcelona to earn more money to bring up their children. Thanks to their efforts and hard work, they found good jobs in industry. They were noted for their honesty, their firm defense of the workers, and their help for the needy. At the age of 13, José heard the call of the Lord, but he was only a boy and had to wait until he was 15 to begin his preparations to enter the order of Friars Minor Capuchin. And so he exchanged the comfortable life of his home for poverty and humility in the style of St. Francis of Assisi. At the age of 23, he was ordained a priest and sent to the monastery of Santa Madrona, Barcelona. Shortly afterwards, the persecution unleashed by the revolution tore him out of the monastery, and with other members of the community, he was imprisoned in Montjuic Fortress in Barcelona. Father José Tous prayed to the Holy Virgin to help him hold on to his love and loyalty to Christ. Then he was sent into exile and forced to walk from town to town all along the Mediterranean coast of France until he was appointed chaplain of the Benedictine monastery in Toulouse. It was in that monastery that he first devoted himself to the Christian education of young people, helping the boarders at the school spiritually. He would have liked to have been a missionary with his brother Nicolás and other Capuchins who heeded the Pope's call and sailed to Venezuela to preach the gospel in those American lands. The poor health that dogged him all his life prevented him from fulfilling that wish. He always accepted his illness and never spoke of the suffering it caused him, linking it with the passion of Christ. When the revolution died down, he returned to Barcelona and lived as in the cloister, but in the bosom of his family, since the authorities did not allow monasteries. His family loved and revered him deeply. They regarded him as a saint. His brothers and sisters placed their goods at the service of the works of Father José Tous, always giving him moral and financial support. Among the brothers and sisters and nephews and nieces, from the example of his life sprang many religious vocations. Isabel Jubal, Marta Suñol, and Remedio Palos were 3 young girls in the parish of San Francisco de Paula. Father José Tous was in charge of the spiritual guidance of the young people of that parish. The 3 friends, aware of Father José Tous' concern for the instruction of children and young people, told him of their wish to devote themselves to that task. They asked for his advice and assistance. Father Tous was delighted to accept the girls' proposal. Guided by the hand of God, he soon organized the activity. He laid down rules for those who wanted to devote their lives to the Christian education of children and young people. To create those rules, he used the rule of St. Clare of Assisi. On the 27th of February 1871, while he was holding Mass, Father José Tous died. He left behind long years of humble, exemplary life, through which he had suffered the gradual deterioration of his health in silence. The work he founded goes on. The sisters and their associates devote their lives to teaching you to be happy, loving God, the Virgin, men, and nature.